Did you know that legal re-entry is possible after deportation back into the United States? We're gonna break down and get into that. So watch the video until the end. Hey patriotic internet friends and family, welcome back to the channel. In this video, imagine waking up, grabbing your morning coffee, and bam, ICE kicks down your door like it's an action movie. Well, that's the reality for over 5,120 undocumented Jamaicans as Donald Trump and ICE go full throttle on deportation. And if you thought the immigration drama was cooling down, oh, you're in for a ride. Buckle up, because this one's hotter than pepper shrimp. Welcome all patriotic Jamaicans. The movement continues. Make we get into it now. Let's kick it off. First deportees from the US to Jamaica for 2025 landed in Kingston. Foreign Affairs Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith says this arrival in Kingston of a deportation flight from the US was a continuance of regular monthly arrangements previously in train. 5,120 Jamaicans face Trump's deportation crackdown, ICE's mass explosion plan. President Donald Trump mass deportation has officially started. So America have a estimated 14 to 15 million illegal immigrants in the country where them need to get out of the country. And the 5,120 Jamaicans there so happen to be caught up in it. The reason why you see ICE move so aggressive and ramp up so much arrest of illegal immigrants is that the Trump administration gives ICE a quota of 1,800 arrests per day across the United States. So every day them have to round up 1,800 illegal immigrants. So certain places where used to be off limits, like churches, mosque, hospital, school, weddings, and certain things like that, where ICE couldn't go arrest you and haul away. Now everything a free game. It's open season on illegal immigrants. No, we're not safe for illegal immigrants. A lot of people scared and they're behind closed doors, because if you ever shove out your foot out of the door, boy, you go put things in your garbage pan where they're in front of your house. Them are gonna scoop you up instantly and haul you away. You better not shove out. But they think Trump did say during the 2024 election campaign that he was only going to focus on illegal immigrants that are criminals and wrongdoers where do bare stupidness in the country. Me never know say it was going to be a roundup of everybody. Me did think Trump did say him a go focus on violent offenders first. So Trump has launched the biggest mass deportation in American history of illegal criminals. So what them I say is, if you're a foreign national who entered the country illegally, you're a criminal because you commit a criminal offense. That's the way Trump press secretary has said. So therefore, you are subjected to deportation. And that's coming again from Trump's press secretary. Which means even if you enter the country legally via a visa and you run off and you don't find nobody married to, you in a problem. So by their definition, by their law, they must say you are a criminal because you're in the country illegally. That's committing a criminal offense. That's what they must say now. That's what Trump press secretary say in our press conference. This 5,000 plus Jamaicans will get deported back to Jamaica will no longer be able to send any form of remittance to Jamaica, which are going to negatively impact our economy. Because you know, say that's one of our biggest source of foreign exchange, separate and apart from tourism. Not to mention how much in other 5,000 plus there a wrongdoer, a criminal where in America, now them a come back at Jamaica. Them the criminal then a go look no 9 to 5. First and foremost, make we get that straight. Them a go find some gang going or some gang fi farm and continue the criminal activity where they did do America. So yes, there will be negative implications. This negatively are going to affect Jamaica. And those illegal immigrants on the Jamaican side, they mostly get them from the places where Jamaican dominate the most. States like New York, Florida, and Atlanta. So according to a document from the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, as at November 2024, there was just under 1.5 million non-citizens on ICE's non-detained docket with final orders of removal on a list of over 200 home countries for illegal immigrants. Jamaica had 5,120 persons slated for removal. I could just run through some of the countries, because I see everybody, well, I'm a Jamaican, so Jamaicans were meet around, I see them in frenzy and create one bag of excitement. You have countries where for them deportation number will far exceed Jamaica. For example, you have 750,000 unauthorized Salvadorians from El Salvador. You have 725,000 unauthorized illegal Indians who live in America. You have 160,000 Canadians who live in America. You have 375,000 Chinese who live illegally in America. 190,000 Colombians, 275 unauthorized illegal Venezuelans, 190,000 illegal immigrants from Colombia, 675 unauthorized illegal immigrants from Guatemala. Mexico have a whopping 4 million unauthorized illegal immigrants in America. So everybody get it. As me say, the total number of immigrants is actually 14 to 15 million illegal people who reside in America. Some of them, they're in America for 10 years or more. Even Ukraine have 240,000 illegal immigrants in America. And you know the Ukrainians are white people. So even white people up on the list, I get it. So nobody not safe. So as it relates to South and Central American countries, Guatemala are one of them country there what did say from last year, December 2024, say they are open to receiving deportees from Guatemala and other Central American countries. However, Guatemalans immigrants would be given priority for reintegration. So Guatemala say we willing to take other Spanish-speaking people who come from the Central American countries. So the Guatemalan leader, I look out for other Spanish people and say, yeah man, we take them because they're still my people them. And me know we as Jamaicans are gonna feel some type of way. We are gonna feel a way about it because we are get deported. Our families and our loved ones are get deported. But it is what it is. But look on it from the angle here. Remember see enough of the time Haitians come to Jamaica and up on boat, you know. And we see one Jamaicans that say send them back to Haiti because we don't know who are criminal from who are good people. And as far as we concerned, be a criminal live at Haiti, which is not the case. Just like how I know everybody at Jamaica smoke weed. But we deport back Haitians to Haiti. And the Haitians them look exactly like us because we are one African people. If whole we come up on the same slave boat them then just drop we off a different location. But all we come from Africa. And we not show our brothers and sisters from Haiti any form of African love like what the Guatemalan leader do for the other Spanish speaking countries in Central America. America, the first thing we say, send them back to Haiti. Them obia worker as if Jamaicans no work obia too. Do you see the hypocrisy? Do you see the irony? So I just saw it go. Me personally, me no like when we send back the Haitians them, cause as me say, them are our people. And me love my people. Me love my African people over every other race. At the end of the day, Trump I got do what he do. It is what it is. You cannot worry about things that is beyond your control. So out of the 4 million Mexicans where Trump want to deport back, illegal Mexicans who live in America, the undocumented, them only get 252,044 where them are go deport back to Mexico. We see Guatemala 253,413 I get deported back to Guatemala. Haiti I get 32,363 I get deported back to Haiti. We see Honduras 261,651 I get deported back to Honduras. We see El Salvador 203,822 I get deported back to El Salvador. Nicaragua 45,995 I get deported back to Nicaragua. Dominican Republic 12,699 I get deported back to the damn rep. And you know them famous for giving women BBLs. But so far out of the English speaking Caribbean, a Jamaican have the highest rate of deported immigrants. We are come back to the English speaking Caribbean at 5,120. Since we're on the topic of immigration and mass deportation, and we see Trump sign one whole heap of executive order, we're going to touch upon the birthright citizenship restriction, which is another executive order where President Donald Trump did sign. Now we see President Trump sign one executive order changing how birthright citizenship works in the United States. Under the new rule, not all children born on US soil will automatically be considered US citizens. So let me break that down now with that exactly I say. So what all of this mean and what all of this I say, children who are born in the United States will not qualify if their mother is in the country unlawfully, illegally, or undocumented. So after this executive order is passed into law, and even if the child mother is in the country on a temporary visas, such as a student visa or a tourist visa, that child will not qualify for US birthright citizenship. The only way that child qualify is if their father is a US citizen or a lawful permanent resident, which are green card holders. This new rule officially applies only to children born 30 days or more after the executive order was signed. Meaning, if him sign it on the 1st of January, come the 1st of February, the new rule take immediate effect. So I don't know if that 30 days is a grace period. Alright, let's continue. For undocumented immigrants in the United States, life can be difficult and the stakes are higher than ever. President Trump has threatened mass deportations, heightening fears and uncertainty within immigrant communities. Getting caught often means removal or deportation from the United States, which can break apart families, disrupt finances, and result in harsher immigration penalties. While there is no extensive amnesty program like President Reagan introduced in 1986, there are still a variety of laws and smaller programs that offers a path to legal status for certain undocumented immigrants. Although not everyone will qualify, these options are worth exploring and understanding. Now we are going to touch upon re-entry after you get deported from America. Yes, there's a process where you can take for re-enter America after deportation. Meaning there's a waiting time for application for re-entry into the United States. Once you've been deported, the United States government will bar you from returning for 5, 10, or 20 years, or even permanently. Generally speaking, most deportees carry a 10-year ban. The exact length of time depends on the facts and circumstances surrounding your deportation. Which deportees face a 5-year ban on re-entry? If you were summarily removed or deported upon arrival at a U.S. port of entry because you were found inadmissible, or if you came to the United States but were immediately put into removal proceedings and then removed or deported, you might be ineligible to return to the U.S. for 5 years. The 5-year ban also applies if you failed to show up for your removal hearing in the United States. If you, without reasonable cause, failed or refused to attend or remain in an immigration court proceeding or walk out before it was over. Which deportees face a 10-year ban on re-entry? If your deportation was ordered after a removal hearing before an immigration judge, even if you were absent from the proceedings. If an immigration judge issued a removal order at the conclusion of your removal hearing in immigration court, you may not return to the United States for 10 years after your removal or departure. Basically what this I say is, if you go our immigration court and you stand up in front of our immigration judge and the judge decides they must send you back to Jamaica, you cannot reapply for re-entry in the United States until 10 years after. Which deportees face a 20-year ban? If you were convicted of an aggravated felony or have received more than one order of removal, you are barred from returning to the U.S. for 20 years. If you entered the U.S. without permission after having been removed, or illegally re-entered the U.S. after having previously been in the U.S. unlawfully for more than 1 year, you are likely barred from re-entering the United States for 20 years or permanently. Basically what this I say, if you were deported once before and subsequently you attempted to unlawfully and illegally re-enter the country before your original 10-year period or 20-year period of inadmissibility has been expired. So say you overstay in the country 1 year or more way, equal to a 10-year ban before you can reapply for re-entry in the United States. Say you try enter the country within that 10-year ban there, and you try enter illegally and unlawfully and then catch you go get a 20-year ban immediately. Say you're upon your 20-year ban and you make another attempt to re-enter the country unlawfully and illegally again. 20-year ban, you're depending on. Now when they catch you, they will permanently ban you from enter America. You get it? Cause we know enough man we get deep and we see them enter multiple times. You see me? Then find themselves at Bahamas and then they catch a Florida and then reach back in the United States. And when Uncle Sam catch them, then fling them right back at Jamaica. This is a lengthy and complicated legal process. Now the burden of proof is on you for sure say you're worthy of a second chance for a US visa. This is something an immigration lawyer would help you with. In no way is this legal advice. I am not an attorney, so I am not giving anyone any form of legal advice. Here is some additional information and breakdown. Two terms I want to get familiar with. The term entered without inspection or EWI is used to specifically describe someone who has come across the border and never interacted with a a US border agent, meaning they enter the country without inspection, compared to those who entered via valid non-immigrant visa, example tourist visa or student's visa, that has since received inspection from interacting with a US border agent. Because when you land at airport, you have to go through them. Customs and immigration, understanding unlawful presence and its consequences. Unlawful presence accrues when an individual remains in the US without authorization. Unlawful presence may be due to entering the US without inspection, meaning you cross the border, or overstaying a visa, departing the country after accumulating unlawful presence can trigger re-entry bans. 3-year ban for those with more than 180 days but less than 1 year of unlawful presence. In other words, if you're in the country for 6 months, which is 180 days, you're gonna get a 3-year ban for that. So, the longer you're in a country, the longer the re-entry ban. 10-year ban for those with 1 year or more of unlawful presence. So if you run off in the country or you enter through the border unlawfully and you're in the country for 1 year or more unlawfully, you are going to get a 10-year ban for re-enter the country or before you can re-enter the country. And these bans pose significant challenges for individuals seeking to adjust their status or gain any path to legal status. However, you have a provisional unlawful presence waiver, a path to legal status. Unlawful presence is a significant barrier for many undocumented immigrants who have a path to legal status through a close relative. The provisional unlawful presence waiver, commonly known as the I-601A waiver, offers a potential solution for eligible family members who entered unlawfully or overstayed and don't have the immediate relative relationship. So the United States provide a provisional waiver which is called the I-601A waiver. So all of this, you have to consult an immigration lawyer. So you have to go find some money you have to go spend. This is where your immigration lawyer steps in and assists you with all of this. If you enter the country unlawfully via the border, you come through the border. Or if you overstay your visa till it expire, like this video if you think the immigration system needs fixing. Subscribe for more updates on politics, drama, and all the madness happening in the Caribbean and beyond. Share this with a friend in the US because they need to stay informed.